Hey everyone, it's Mama Does Nails and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all having an amazing day and ready for today's video. So as you can see by the thumbnail, you already know this collab is for International Fibromylgia Awareness Day. And I was invited by Millie. I will leave a list as well in the description box of everybody that's participating in this collab. As well as being invited, I definitely wanted to do this collab because fibromyalgia affects so many people. And on top of that, my mum has been suffering with fibromyalgia for most of her life, and so do a lot of my friends. So when Millie brought this to my attention and asked if I would participate, I was definitely involved. Now, a totally unrelated fun fact about it was because the theme, the color was purple and butterflies, and they are two things that are actually my mum's favorites. Purple is her favorite color. Purple, 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 every gradient of purple is her favorite color. So I just felt like it was fitting. So, even though I know she suffers with fibromyalgia, I still just had another conversation with her and just, let's just talk about how does fibromyalgia affect your life, your everyday life. Now, I have to say, when I asked my mum this question, she literally took a deep breath, and I knew it was just going to be like really, really heartfelt. And the first word that came out of her mouth was just pain. She said, it's just pain. Joe, is pain. And initially, when my mum was initially suffering with fibromyalgia, it wasn't even diagnosed as fibromyalgia. She was just in pain. She was just given several pain medications. They were giving her steroid injections, and none of that was helping. So one of the things I read when I was looking into fibromyalgia was, it says it's not clear what causes fibromyalgia. It can start after a stressful event like an injury, illness, or death of a loved one. So when I asked my mum about this, then she remembered when she injured her knee, because she was a midwife. And back then they were lifting patients and all those things, not doing it the proper way. Everybody was injuring their back. And my mum was one of the ones that had an injury in her knee. She had an operation and stuff like that, but she remembers that that was the brink of the whole fibromyalgia starting for her. That pain started in the knee and literally just traveled throughout her body. She also had an issue with a tooth that basically infected one of the nerves in her face. And apparently, again, it's all been exacerbated, and my mum suffers with pain from literally her face down to her toes. So for my mom, she's never been anybody that's athletic. She used to take the train. The most walking she probably did was walking to the train station and walking back. But as a midwife, it's very stressful. You're always on your feet, running up and down. So for her, with the pain and everything, and not probably getting the right advice and help like that there is out there today, it meant that she had to take early retirement because she just couldn't. And then obviously doing your job, being a midwife, you literally need to be thinking on your toes. You have the life of the mother and the unborn baby in your hands. So, my mum retired in her late 40s just due to the amount of pain she was suffering with. And today, 2025, my mum, she lives in Africa. She and my dad had gone back probably close to 20 years ago now. And just being, I guess, in the sun, having just less stress and stuff like we do over here, just means that she does not complain about pain as much. And I use the word complain not like it's in a negative way, but it's just when you suffer with pain, it will sound like you're complaining, and even you will feel like you're complaining. When you go to see the doctor, you're complaining. When people ask you how you are, how's your day, you're complaining. So sometimes it's like you just feel like you stop and you just don't want, to talk about it anymore. So, my mum was really happy when I told her about this collab, and she was really excited. I can't wait to send her the picture of the nails I've actually done. I know she's going to say to me, oh, they're so beautiful, but they're long. They're too long. Me, I like the color, but this is too long. Maybe when I come, you can make me a short set. That's probably what she's going to say, most likely, because she absolutely loves purple. So when she comes up in July, I will definitely do her nails. And if I do recreate these nails for her as a short set, I will 100% post it. But yeah, we're getting into this video, guys. As you can see, I'm following the theme, the purple and butterflies, and I am layering all the butterflies and all the purple for the gods, because the one thing I want to transcend in this whole set is that pain is everywhere. And though the symptoms vary from person to person, the one thing that is the same with fibromyalgia is pain and extreme pain, tiredness, fatigue, and you don't have to be a scientist or a genius to know how exactly that could impact anybody's life at any point. What's really sad is that, there are some people who would have been put on some painkillers for fibromyalgia and now are addicted to painkillers or opioids and things like that. I don't suffer with fibromyalgia, though they were wondering if it was that before they found out that I had osteoarthritis in both my hips. But for me, living with the pain I live with, it's like the amount of medication that they were giving me, none of it was working. And that in itself was depressing, and I have children, so they were really, really young then. Summertime, you can't even go to the park. Just doing normal everyday things is just so hard. If you have someone in your life, if it's a friend, if it's a partner, loved one, whatever, someone like you might see them every day and they have a smile on their face and they even ask you, how are you? Like, honestly, but these people, like, they're in extreme pain. And sometimes it is so bad that you probably just end up becoming housebound and just forgotten. And that is the saddest outcome ever. One of the other things I read is that the treatments that are available will only ease some of your symptoms. But it's unlikely they'll ever disappear completely. So, that feeling when you take a painkiller or you use something that's meant to take away pain and it doesn't. And as I said, I don't suffer with fibromyalgia, but for 6 years, while I was undiagnosed, I lived with pain. It was like just every day in everything that you do. And I'm talking for a woman, even putting on your bra, putting on your underwear, whatever it is, going to the toilet, reaching in the cupboard, try putting on socks or tying your laces on your shoes. Like, all these things can just make you feel like just crying, because they are just basic things that just cause you pain. So, this whole awareness is just so, when you look at somebody and probably just think they're lazy or they're not doing their bit, it's most likely because they are in so much pain. If you don't hear from them, don't get upset, don't get angry. It's because they're in pain. And how are you supposed to, like, pain just stops you. I know they say it's all in the mind, but with fibromyalgia, I was talking to my mom. I have spoken to some of my nail sisters that suffer with this condition. It's not as easy as that. It really isn't. So, I was so happy to be part of this collab. And, I pray that one day there will be some kind of a cure that will, in fact, make the pain and symptoms actually disappear. That would be amazing. So back to the set, guys. We're still adding more purple. As I said, I am layering these nails with purple to signify and symbolize, sorry, should I say, pain. And especially when I was doing this whole pigments and stuff, I put it in different places because I want you to look at my 5 nails as someone's body. We're not talking about the head, the eyes, whatever, but these 5 nails literally symbolize someone's body. and there is purple all over the nails. I put a butterfly all over the nails. Some nails have one butterfly, some have two, some have, you know, and I put the pink on there, not just because I love pink. There are, I think, 2 or 3 pink butterflies, and that really is there just for those little moments that you get where it's like the pain is there, but you just get that little moment, and it may last 5 minutes, but trust me, I know what it's like when you get that little window of ease, a small window. So that's what the pink's on there for. But like I said, I absolutely love creating this set. I did go in with some chrome as well. I put some chrome on top of the purple because this is just how I want to, in a sense, I guess, when you take some of the painkillers and do exercise and, you know, all these, you can even try holistic care. It will just go over the purple like the chrome, but the purple is still beneath, just like the pain. And when you look at it, it's like, this is what we're trying to do. So the chrome makes it look beautiful, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a dark purple underneath. Now it's looking all glossy and shiny. Pain is the same. Someone smiles doesn't mean that they're not still experiencing pain, but we can't always know by just looking at people. And also, when you suffer with pain every day, sometimes you just don't want to talk about it. You just need people to understand that this pain doesn't ever go away. And yes, I may smile or not smile, but we always just try to pray that our nail sisters and family and loved ones are just having a minimal, even if it's 2% minimal pain. That's amazing, honestly. But yeah, guys, I'm just going to let you watch, because I've been speaking probably for like nearly 10, 11 minutes. I'm going to let you watch me do the rest of this set, and then I will come back in at the end. I just want to take this time to thank you all for watching, and please don't forget to go over and watch the other videos of everybody else that was in this absolutely amazing collab. I hope that, you know, after watching this video, it sheds some light or just helps you to just feel better knowing that it doesn't matter what people think. Your pain is real. And the people that love you understand that it's real, and they'll always love you and not judge, because that is the thing. People judge and they don't understand what it feels like to have full body pain every day. I'm Mama Does Nails, guys, and I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I absolutely love this set. Absolutely love it. Look at it, guys. And we put a few charms on there, but you can see the purple, the butterflies, the layers, and the pain hidden beneath all of that beauty. Take care, guys. Catch me in the next one. Mwah. Bye.